The 12th of November 2022. Just in, breaking news. Route du Rhum, destination Guadeloupe, the Imoca Bureau Vallee has been dismasted. French skipper Louis Berton, Bureau Vallee, has dismasted on the Route du Rhum destination Guadeloupe, while lying in 9th place on the solo race from Saint-Malo to Guadeloupe, which started on Wednesday at 14:15 hours. He reported the accident at 1700 hours this afternoon. He is uninjured and his team are in contact with him. Keep watching the sailing world on water for more details as they come in. The 12th of November 2022. Francois Gabart leads the Azores face-off for the Ultim class. Different strategies through the Azores see the two Route du Rhum destination Guadeloupe leaders Charles Cordelier Maxi Edmund de Rothschild and Francois Gabart SVR Lazatigue less than 15 miles apart, and on converging tracks, as they negotiate the island group, looking to get through the next cold front and into the fast-reaching conditions, which will accelerate them towards Guadeloupe. Gabart has held the lead for some of today, and is approaching the island of São Miguel on the windward side, sailing faster than Cordelier. Tonight and into tomorrow could prove a key stage of the race. In third, Thomas Coville on SODEBO is not out of the match. Some 45 miles behind, Charles and Francois managed to sail a little better than me. The strategy was to move to the west to pass between the two systems. Given our position, we couldn't see how to do it any other way. He is expected to cross the front in the coming hours, but the wind is already up to 30 knots, and so he is sailing with one reef and staysail. To the south, where Charles Cordelier and Francois Gabart are close together, the wind is likely to be slightly weaker. Over the coming hours, they will have to find their way through the front extending out from the Azores high, but can look forward to the trade winds tomorrow evening. As Thomas moves further west, SODEBO Ultim the 3rd of May find less wind, but a better angle to head south, but ultimately could simply find herself lined up behind the frontrunners, who in stronger winds should extend their lead. Thomas reported this lunchtime, there were a lot of maneuvers during the night, and it used up a lot of my energy. Yesterday evening, we wanted to get as far south as possible to cross the second front at a more favorable latitude. The gains you make to the south at this point affect the rest of the race. I hope my position will allow me to sail down, reaching towards the area of high pressure. I don't know how it will work out for the second front. It's never like it in theory. Meantime, 1,000 miles behind the leaders, Armel Leclerc resumed racing this afternoon on his repaired Maxi Banque Pop 11, which has an original spec dagger board in, as a replacement for the broken one. In the Imoca fleet, Charlie Dalen Apivia is still in front, but his rivals remain a serious threat. After slowing during the night due to a large area with no wind, the atmosphere is set to change in the coming hours. There will be another front to deal with, which looks quite violent. In second, some 50 miles behind Dalen, Kevin Escoffier Wholesome PRB, said, "It's like a fresh start, and we're going to have to do the work all over again." The area of light airs isn't going to affect those behind as much. The wind will gradually strengthen in the next 4 to 5 hours to reach 30 to 35 knots. Behind the front, we'll change tack to head towards the Azores and then pick up the trade winds, which are not that strong, but more importantly tend to be more easterly. We can look forward to carrying out lots of maneuvers. I may have been a bit too cautious from the start, but I'm pleased about the speed of the boat and her behavior. Charlie Dalen is clearly a level above everyone in terms of navigation and speed. It's nice for me to be close to Jeremy Bayou and Thomas Ruyant. It's been a while since I have done any solo racing, and this is allowing me to discover the boat, so there have been a lot of positives in the first few days. Meantime, Giancarlo Pedot Prismian Group has lost his workhorse J2 headsail. I was sailing under J2 with one reef in the mainsail. There were 20 knots of wind, and I was resting in my bunk. I felt the J2 flapping, and saw the sail had split in two. Not a pretty sight. I put on my wet weather gear and managed to bring it down. Part of it went in the water, but I got it all back aboard and tied it up.